You're a good data engineer, but your paycheck doesn't reflect that. You think the answer is to learn another tool, get another cert, add another logo to your resume? You are wrong. Your technical skills aren't the solution. They are blinding you to what actually gets you paid and promoted. These are the 3 career-killing diseases that infect technically brilliant but underpaid engineers, and you have at least one of them. So, in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to give you a diagnosis. You're going to see which of these diseases is stalling your career, and you're going to get the specific painful antidote you need to cure it. This is the engineer whose resume is a mile long, but just an inch deep. And you've dabbled in Snowflake, you've used Databricks, you've run a Kafka tutorial. You collect tech logos like they're Pokemon cards, believing that a longer list makes you more valuable. This is not a collect them all. Here's the hard truth. Nobody cares. A hiring manager doesn't see a versatile expert. They see an insecure amateur who can't commit. They see someone who knows the syntax to start a tool, but has zero clue about the fundamental principles that make it work. You're a tourist. You visited the cities, but you can't speak the language. All right, here's how to fix it. Stop chasing those shiny objects. Master the fundamentals. I don't care if you know 10 tools. Can you, right now, draw on the whiteboard the architecture of a robust, scalable data platform? Can you explain data partitioning strategies and why you choose one over the other for a specific access pattern? Until you can, you're just playing with toys. Pick a core stack. Go deep. Become the person that can fix it at 3 a.m., not just install it. True value isn't in knowing the tool. It's in knowing what to do when that tool breaks. You're the hero of your own story. You stay up until 2 a.m. rewriting one single pipeline. You single-handedly fix a production issue. You hoard knowledge because it's faster if I just do it myself. You complain about being a bottleneck, but secretly, you love it. It makes you feel important. Listen to me. You are not important. You are a liability. Every time you just do it yourself, you rob a junior out of a learning opportunity. Every time you hoard knowledge, you create a single point of failure. You're not a force multiplier. You're a force reducer. Companies don't give raises to martyrs. They burn them out and replace them. Here's the fix. Aggressively make yourself obsolete. Your goal should be that if you win the lottery, your team wouldn't even notice that you're gone for a week. Here are some things. Documentation. Stop writing docs that explain what the code does. The code does that. Write docs that explain why the code does it that way, why it exists, and the dozen stupid ideas that you tried that didn't work. Be a mentor. Stop giving answers and start asking questions that lead to the answer. The moment a junior engineer on your team ships a feature that you didn't touch, your own value has just doubled. Build levers and not ladders. Stop trying to be the hero who carries everything up the ladder. Build a lever, a system, a process, a template that lets everyone else lift their own weight. This is the most dangerous one. You're a phenomenal coder. Your work is elegant and performant, and you are utterly incapable of explaining its value to a human being who doesn't code. You think your work speaks for itself. It doesn't. Your work is a silent movie in a world that only listens to the radio. Imagine this meeting. The VP of sales is there. She asks for a status update. You say, I finished refactoring the data ingestion service to use asynchronous processing, which reduces the latency. The VP hears, wah, 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 wah. She nods, her eyes glaze over, and she just mentally moves on. Your colleague says the sales team will get their new lead notifications 30 minutes faster starting Thursday. Who gets the promotion? Let me give you the hint. It's not the one that heard Charlie Brown on the other end. It's not the better coder. It is the better translator. the one that could translate that technical information into real business value. By failing to translate your work into that business impact, you are not failing to get recognized, you are actively being a liability for the company. All right, here's the antidote, the so what drill. This is where you have to ask yourself this question every time you complete a task. So what? I optimized the query. So what? The dashboard now loads in 5 seconds instead of 50. Still, so what? The marketing team can make daily budget decisions in 5 minutes instead of an hour. Now that is an update. So which one are you? Are you the tourist, the martyr, or the liability? Maybe you're a fun combination of all three. I don't care if you subscribe. I care that you stop wasting your career. If you really want to fix this, I put a video up on the screen right here about how to master the so what drill and translate that technical project into real business impact. That is your required meeting. Do the work, then we'll talk about money.